Alright, let's hope all this works. Love this song. Alright, cool. So everything's working. At least it seems that way. Is anything too loud? Not loud enough? Also, for obvious reasons, there's going to be some, what's the word? There's going to be some graphical issues in the game itself. So, that's that. Let's see if I can get this working. Oh, ooh, I forgot something. Give me 1 second. Hopefully it doesn't destroy the stream. It did. Alright, cool. 1 second. Let's just restart the game real quick. The game could be a bit louder. Alright, let's see if I can do that. How do I increase the volume on this? How about now? Alright. Yeah, those are the graphical issues I was referring to. The pause menu also looks like shit, but everything else seems to be working fine. Alright. So yeah. Oh yeah, any feedbackers on the server, if you happen to be watching, you can join the feedback talk channel in the Discord if you have that access to it. If you want to talk to me directly. So let me just ping a bunch of people who might be interested. Crap. There's a lot of stuff going on. Alright. Trep, remember, if you become a feedbacker, which I can do, which I'm totally willing to do, keep in mind that you will likely be aware of any developments in the game that I'm making, and you could get spoiled, basically. So, up to you. Alright, there. Let's just start it. Fuck it. I never noticed those jewels on the eyes. That's fine. This is a weird game.
It's me.
Oh, there you are. Hello. The
Hey,
stream,
RPG.
the stream itself is in the stream announcements channel.
Alright. Let's go there.
Go look for it.
Oh. Hey, Salvo.
Hello, world.
Oh, Salvo, you might want to fix whatever you're doing with your mic, because it's reverberating and that's bad, you
I
know.
was watching this.
You can mute the stream.
Actually, I'll just mute here. Listen.
Ah, well, it doesn't matter. The main point is we can hear ourselves, and that's a problem. But yeah, at the moment I'm just going through the game right now.
Fair enough. Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes.
When was the last time they made one again? Wasn't it like 2009?
The last one they made was Nuts and Bolts. Salvo, we can still hear ourselves.
That might be me though. So I have it on the computer. I don't have any.
No, it's Salvo. I can tell. We're just watching the cutscene, so it's not like a big deal.
Should I use push to talk?
What?
Should I use push to
If you want to. Also, like, can't barely hear you.
This is better?
Yes. Okay, so Devo, what's up?
Not much. Just living after finishing exams. You?
Well, I'm streaming.
Well, yeah, I can watch. Like aside from streaming, obviously. Like in general.
I don't know if in one sitting, Trip, but I do intend to play both. And in general, I've been working, I guess. I've been doing work and stuff, so I should get paid a decent amount by the end of the month.
Nice.
For very few hours of work comparatively to most people.
Wait, how many hours did you work?
Like 30 hours this entire month so far.
Oh my god, how?
It's called
But I can't say anything though because my hours have been cut because of the crappy weather.
well, it's called freelance work.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's Bottles the Mole.
Oh no.
This game is hilarious.
I don't like them all.
You don't like the mole?
I feel like he's gonna steal from me. Just look at him.
Nah, he doesn't steal from anyone. Well,
Yet.
he does take something as payment, but that's about it. Which could be considered a thievery because he could just tell you. But, you know, information sells, I guess.
Capitalism, you know.
Capitalism. And Trip, that will only really be necessary, I think, for the first game, maybe, because the second game I know in and out. And anything I forget would be simply because I don't remember what stuff I'd already gotten. yeah, okay, whatever. I want to... Damn it, here's the thing. Do I want to skip all of the tutorial? Or do I want...
Do you remember the game?
Yes, 100%. But the question
Might as
is...
well, eh?
But is it fun to go through the dialogue of it because it's kind of funny? Or do I want to do all the moves?
You're the one who's played this game. I don't know, man.
Fuck it, let's just do it.
Hey, there we go.
That was weird. Alright, cool. Bye-bye.
Is this stream open to debates of a certain nature that YouTube would demonetize you for?
I don't think YouTube will care because I haven't monetized this. And camera controls are on the yellow C buttons or whatever.
I already asked you about moral relativism.
I mean, we can talk about that stuff, but I'd rather we talk about, like, you know, the game a bit more.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm assuming you're watching the stream.
Turning it back on right now.
Ah, okay. Got it. Every single song from these goddamn games.
All of them, though.
What made you choose this game?
Press X to doubt.
Well, what'd you say, Salvo?
What made you choose this game?
Because Banjo and Kazooie were revealed to be in Smash now, and I felt like it.
Good reason as any. I felt like it.
I mean, the thing is, they were revealed to be in Smash, so I'm just like, I want to play this game now. I want to remember what it's like, because it's been a hot minute.
Is it everything you remember it to be?
To be fair, when it comes to the first one, I didn't get a chance to complete it myself because I had it for rent, right? But the second one I completed 100%, like twice, so I did like this one though, so I'm gonna have fun playing it.
What a bizarre game.
Whee! Oh, the extra honeycomb is talking to me. Oh god, oh god. I need me pills. The objects are talking to me again.
Oh, Jesus.
Apparently, Grant Kirkhope didn't even know it was going to be Spiral Mountain as the stage when making the composition for the trailer. Oh.
Is this mole everywhere?
Oh yeah, he's fucking everywhere. He's your tutorial. He gives you the different moves you can do throughout the game.
Is he chasing you, or is there multiple of him?
No, he just has a ton of little molehills all over the place.
Secretly, he controls the entire underground.
I mean, he kind of does. But when you play the second game, you figure out that the rest of it is controlled by his brother.
Oh.
Yeah, his brother becomes a tutorial guy after the next second game.
Oh, so this guy retired for the second game, is what you're saying.
What?
So basically retired from being the tutorial guy in the second one.
You could say that. Again, I'm eventually going to get there, so the idea would be to look at that. I do love how they make Kazooie like really want to fucking fly. Because who wouldn't want to fly?
Careful, Kazooie, don't piss off the mole cart.
The mole people will get you. For reference, I am playing on a GameCube controller. Oh yeah.
I see you are a man with quality.
Oh my god, the objects are talking to me again. Help, my schizophrenia is acting up.
Good.
Why is that good?
Oh god. Have an extra I thought you were like joking. No, they're actually talking to you.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
actually
God.
talking to me. That's what, every time I get an item that I've never gotten before, it talks to me.
Banjo-Kazooie is schizophrenic.
No, Trep. This is literally
Academy Award talking to you just now.
because they do. I like I said, I'm schizophrenic. Trip. This is not the rare replay version. This is an emulator. I don't have an easy way to set up a stream for the Nintendo 64 version to work. I also don't have the original on N64. I have the second one. Yeah, the tutorial part is kind of slow, which is why most people skip it.
You can still skip it, can't you? If you wanted to.
Nope, because once you do it, you're locked in until you do all of them. Although I think you can go back to the original molehill and tell him I don't want any more, and he will.
Well,
I don't.
You have to walk all the way back, so.
Yeah, but I don't really care. It's fun. Kill the carrot. Honestly, I don't know, Trep. I don't know which one it is because I'm working on the N64 emulator, so. I want to learn to fly now. Bitch, you're rolling.
Oh no. Carrot genocide. Why?
Because I have to test out my new moves. It's kind of funny because throughout most of the game, the bird is the most useful thing in existence, but at the start, you can only use the bear.
So you can learn the basics. Do you ever get separated from the bird or no?
That's in the second game.
Oh.
In the second game, you manage separation format, and it's really, really interesting. Kill the
like
cauliflower!
Oh.
I've learned all the basic moves, so I can go to the top of the mountain now. Alright, cool, thanks. I got more life. Die. Honeycomb piece, talk to me. I'm sticky, tasty honey energy. That's weird. Alright. Tasty.
No.
I don't know why I did that skip just now, but, you know, fuck it. Spares a little bit of time. Yeah, you get used to hearing one noise in particular throughout this game. I'll let you know when we get it.
Oh no.
Get used to hearing.
Do we want to hear this? Is a better question.
Get used to hearing that.
Wait, isn't that Gruntilda?
I did it wrong, but Gruntilda is very similar. Gruntilda's
Wait,
what?
it's not.
Well, that too. You also have to get used to Gruntilda because she talks all the fucking time.
Yeah, no idea who that would be then.
I've been drinking lots and lots of water lately.
Good. There's nothing else to say.
Yes, I've been drinking a lot of it. I love Klungo. Good old Klungo. Good old stupid Klungo. He has marital issues.
Oh.
I wish that was a joke. He actually has marital issues.
Oh. Wait, what's happening to him? Wait.
Oh, the entire plot of the game is that the witch wants to steal the girl's prettiness. She's your sister,
like
so you
her
gotta save
body?
her. No, just her prettiness. Just the
She's
prettiness.
got no mind transfer, basically. That's what you're saying.
No, just the prettiness. Literally, just the abstract concept of beauty, just transferred from one to the other. Don't ask me how. It's
I
magic.
don't like where this
She just
is
opens
going.
the door. It's just her with the gold hair. Yes.
No,
That's
but
the
if
only thing that changes.
if I lose, you'll see what it is, and it's actually not that bad.
What?
Like the result
Wait, so
isn't
you
that
guys
bad.
find out what happened?
She's trying to squeeze water from a stone.
I mean, I guess you could say
I mean, yeah.
in a way. But yeah, now we're completing a puzzle thing, which basically is the way to open a world. You don't have to actually work for that. That's what you do in the second game. In the second game, you have a limited amount of time, and you have to do it yourself to actually open the worlds, which is nice. I love that addition.
Wait, so what happens if you just run out of time? You just die?
No, you just gotta do it again. It's really annoying, but you gotta do it again.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, I'm now in
I
the
would-
world. A lot of stuff's gonna happen. There's gonna be a lot of weirdness. Pay close attention because everything is fucking weird. Oh, a Jinjo! Jinjo! Gruntilda has imprisoned us.
Wait, this is still a tutorial? God damn it.
It's because every new item I get, because I haven't gotten any of these items before, they're gonna tell me what their function is. I don't need it though, because I already know what they all
It's like
do.
the JoJo video game.
What is the JoJo video games?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Why?
It's so bizarre.
I mean, all the games in this era were kind of weird. God, that stupid note was giving me more trouble than it needed to be. Dude, you've never seen Chameleon Twist? You've never seen Conker's Bad Fur Day? Dude, they had a lot of weird shit back in the day.
Wait, is it Conker the one who... No, it's Conker's the squirrel.
It's Conker's the Squirrel, yeah.
I think it's the one where they had like a weird mask that helps him. It's like a voodoo mask.
Oh, that's Crash Bandicoot.
There you go, that's the one I'm thinking about.
So yeah, basically I'm completing these dumb menial tasks in order to get a Jiggy. Jiggies
What?
are these little things. Look, you'll see in a minute. There it is.
Prepare to get demonetized.
Oh.
Beep, bing, bing, biddy, biding, 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 bum. Yeah, we're in start arena, yada, yada, yada. Alright, let me move again, please. Thank you. Thank you, game. Thankfully, I don't have to worry too much about that in the future. That's mostly just a first level thing. Yum, oranges are nice. Very insightful. I'm not
Wasn't Game
fat!
It's like basically a clone of Banjo and Kazooie with like a chameleon in the back.
What do you mean a clone? It was made by the same people.
Yeah, well, it's still a clone because it's not the original. And it's supposed to emulate the old one, so...
Well, yeah, it was
What
made.
happened?
It was made by the same people.
Yeah, but it's still a clone of Banjo and Kazooie.
In a way, yes, but it was very different in a lot of ways too, because I completed that game.
Actually? What's
Yeah.
it like?
It's like this game, except if the worlds were much larger.
Oh, okay.
Which I think was to its detriment, because Ukulele would have done a lot better if they'd given the movesets more thought, like if they increased the moveset more, right? Because the movesets were of Banjo-Kazooie, but the level design was of the second game, which was much larger. So it ended up being a little bit empty feeling at times. That's about it.
So like Shadow of the Colossus empty, or like...
No, not that much, but like it was getting close to it at times.
Oh.
If you were like not unsure of what you had to get, it was along those lines. Oh, true, it did have Shovel Knight in it.
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah, there was Shovel Knight as a cameo in it.
Shovel Knight was in Ukulele?
Yeah, as a cameo.
Like, as an enemy, or just like just a random
Just a
character?
just a guy. That was in there. Oh right, I have to shoot the monkey. I forgot. Shoot the monkey! Da 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 da! I suck at aiming. Da 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 da. Haha! Fuck you. Throw your orange at me and fail, and fail. Fuck you. Yes, teaching the bat and lizard the art of chivalry. No, but it was interesting because I thought ukulele had like the proper like movesets for the characters and stuff like that, but they could have expanded more on them, you know? Like it could have been just more in general.
You like more versatile or?
No, just more. Like what it needed was more options. That's what Banjo-Tooie had. It had a shit ton of options and a shit ton of abilities. So the levels were more catering to that effect. So as a result, they had to be a little bit bigger and they had to have more stuff in it.
So I got distracted.
Well, to be fair, Trip, the characters in this are weak as hell as well. There's not much character development in them in general in the first game.
In Banjo-Kazooie or?
Banjo-Kazooie. And Banjo-Tooie, that's where they really give them some personality. And backstory shit and some weird crap like that. But in the first one, it's very much, they're just quipping at each other all the time. That's essentially what it is. They're quipping at each other. Which can give the illusion that they're very deep characters and stuff, that they have histories. But they've literally just met and they're already quipping at each other as if they've known each other for years. Well, yeah, I mean, the antagonist was more so just a guy, really. Oh, right, I got the special ability that you'll hear throughout the entire game.
Oh no.
Prepare yourself for the...
He's about to unlock his stand.
What? What'd you say? I didn't hear you. Mumbo token. Wee. I just got a couple more things here and talk to the mole again. Give me your shit.
I'm gonna have to go though.
Aw, okay.
Alright, I'll see you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
See you.
Well, but that's the thing, though. In ukulele, they're also like that. It's just not... actually, it's just as prevalent, in fact. They tried to emulate it just the same. In ukulele, they did the exact same thing. It's just that the pacing was different. Instead of minions, they were employees, which, let's be honest, not much of a difference. Conglomerate employees, what's the difference between them and minions? Not too much. So I guess you could argue that they're pretty much the same thing, but the pacing was definitely slower. And that probably contributed to the antagonist in ukulele not feeling nearly as prevalent. You can see that Trip, but you can also make the point that basically everyone in Gruntilda's lair is against her. Everything except the minions is pretty much there to help me. And the level design itself, of course. I gotta stop at some point. Okay, can I get to the top of this? No, I gotta do one more. Alright. I missed. Go. Alright, now I get to the top of this guy. Gotta get this thing. There we go. Whoops, wrong move. Damn it. Damn it. God, I suck at the timing for this. There we go. Also, if I remember correctly, in Banjo-Tooie, and I don't remember, I don't think at all in Banjo-Kazooie, but in Banjo-Tooie, I think Gruntilda also gives you some jiggies.
Phrasing.
As long as you completed certain challenges. Also, with Capital B and Ukulele, he only gave them to you because he made a stupid bet that you would die in the casino with himself to get you to lose all your money or whatever as well, so he can gain a profit because, you know, he's a fucking business tycoon. So he decides to dress up as the casino owner and tries to get you to die in the casino with his horrible machinery and also taking your money, but ends up having to give you shit anyways that you need to advance. Because apparently he's very honest about his business deals. Even though he doesn't have to be. I think that's the funniest part. However, I did feel that the two protagonists were kind of weak in general. The characters you play as weren't that good. Could have been better. Oh, hi, Mumbo. Bing, 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 bing. I don't really care what you're saying, cause I've heard it 1,000 times. Thanks for the tutorial that I didn't listen to, because I know how to do the shit already. There's also Mumbo token up here. Salvo, do you have any questions about the game? Really? Oh, there's no bonus.
Actually, one. Does the story get better?
No. Dude, you're thinking about video games in recent times. You're too young to realize that this is the extent of what story was in video games back in the day. This was the best they could offer.
I'm spoiled by Final Fantasy.
Dude, you're way spoiled by Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is the epitome of ridiculous nonsense storylines, but still being compelling. Emphasis on it managing to be compelling. Okay, now...
This came out, later than the original Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Final Fantasy.
Yes.
4.
Yes, but it is also trying to be on the N64 console and have decent graphics and mechanics at the same time. Final Fantasy didn't have that until, like, Final Fantasy X. Although it had decent graphics in like 6 and 7 and stuff.
Good lord, this is not aged well.
I disagree.
The graphics, I mean.
Oh, oh, definitely. But you gotta understand, this was the best looking game on the Nintendo 64. This one actually looks the best. It actually has, like, proper models with proper texturing, with proper rigs. And with actual shaders, and like decent animations. Like everything else in every other Nintendo 64 game was shit compared to this. I could show you. Because I have most of them.
I've only played the Super Mario
64?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one had horrible graphics on it. And this came out in 1998. Okay, cool. That's a good indicator. This came out somewhat closer to the end of the Nintendo 64's lifespan. Not at the end of it, but closer to it. Where? I'm missing a Mumbo token. Where is it? I think I know where it is. Alright, let's go. It might be in the Termite Hill.
I think my perception of old games has been spoiled by that ways of pixel games that still use modern games.
1 second, let me turn you up. Let me just turn you up really quickly. So I can hear you properly. Because the game is also kind of loud in my ear. So I have to make sure that I can hear you. Alright, cool. You were saying?
I've been spoiled by those modern throwback games that, yeah.
You mean modern throwback games? You mean the ones like
Shovel Knight and
yeah, Shovel Knight and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it gives you a false perception if you haven't played old games.
Oh yeah, the old games were way worse. Like they operate on the sense of nostalgia for a reason. I didn't think much of it, Trip, because the flying mechanic, while it did break a lot of it, they actually later made an update to make sure that it didn't break it. While it did break it at first for a bunch of the platforming stuff, the main issue with it was that people forgot was it was like only in the last level that you got it. Or rather, you could only get it after a certain amount of time, and you needed a lot of time to get it. I don't remember getting it until like completing like 3 levels or so. Oh right, I have to press B.
I want the steroids that bird is.
What?
I want the steroids the bird is using.
The steroids? Yeah, they're cool. She could do so much crap. It's amazing. But yeah, I think the other main issue with the ukulele was the stamina mechanic. It was using the stamina mechanic in a game where collectibles are probably a bit more effective. Well, yeah, that's the thing. The space level, Trip, was exactly the level where you got it, which is the last level, which is mostly designed around the flight. And all the other levels are a bit too confined for the flight to function properly in places where you would use platforming challenges. Because the rest of the time, they weren't really necessarily platforming challenges that you had to complete. There were many ways to get around them. That's what I mean, like, I completed it, so I know most of the stuff about it. There's really only one thing I missed, and despite completing it, you know, the typical 102% thing. It was like a weird coin that I missed. Also, these termites are bullies. Just saying.
They're also sexual assaulters, judging by the way he asks their shirt.
True. Yeah, when it comes to the flight mechanic in ukulele, which I know had some contention, they made it use up more stamina, and also they made it they also made it God, what's the word? Yeah, okay, so first they actually just made it harder to use in general, like on purpose. They made it harder to use in order for it to be not as effective in platforming sections. But then they also increased the amount of stamina that it uses, so you would be less inclined to use it because you want that stamina for other things in the game. You know, like the equivalent of the Talon Trot. Alright. I gotta do the termite thing now. Did I remember everything? Did I get everything? I don't remember. I didn't check. Okay, cool. So I did get all of them. Ah, shit, I forgot to activate the thing. Okay, now I see what my problem was. I mean, Trip, I played that game day 1, and even then I didn't find the flight mechanics to be that horrible for the sake of the game in itself. But I did understand why people thought it was an issue, right? Like, it didn't ruin anything for me in particular, because at that point, I'd already gotten so proficient at the rest of the game that I didn't want to do all the platforming stuff all the time. I missed a Jiggy. Shit, you're right. What Jiggy did I miss? Oh, fuck. Okay, well, turn me back to normal, you bitch. I know one thing I have to get at least, but where did I miss the Jiggy? So I got the one at the termite one, I got the one on the spinning platforms, I got the one in these things, I got the one that was on that one hill, I got the ones here. Oh, I'm missing a Jinjo! think I'm missing a Jinjo. Do I got all the Jinjos here? Fuck, I think I missed a Jinjo and that's why I couldn't get it. Should not have left the level. Yeah, this game, as opposed to all other iterations of it, made it so that it never saved what you collected in the levels, except for like abilities and like the jiggies themselves, which was incredibly annoying. Oh god. Alright, now I understand why people never fucking left the levels until they actually finished them. In that sense, Banjo-Kazooie did not exactly age well. Oops. Which is funny because they managed to fix that in Banjo-Tooie and the Donkey Kong 64, which were their other games that they created for the system. I'm actually curious why exactly the music stands out. I don't have our composer here at the moment to explain it to me, because he's really very much inspired off of Banjo-Kazooie and his musical style, so it'd be interesting to understand what his perspective on why it manages to maintain its relevance even to this day in terms of like the sound itself. Actually, I think I got the Jinjo Jiggy. What the fuck am I missing? I'm missing something.
This is more a general thing about old game music, but it's probably through memorability through simplicity.
I guess. I mean, it is definitely simplified compared to a lot of other games' music soundtracks. But then again, why does it work for Ocarina of Time or something, you know? Oh, it was the Jinjo! Fuck you! I thought I got you! I did destroy all the huts, which is why I was confused. But apparently I missed one. One that I didn't get the first time around. Or maybe I did and I just missed the Jiggy. Or maybe I did miss a hut. I'm not sure. Could have been any of those things. But anywho, turn me into a fucking termite. A honeycomb is missing? There's 2 per world? You were saying?
What is are these guys all like mooks of the main antagonist?
Most of them are. Mumbo, I have no fucking idea. Again, the game doesn't explain anything. That's the whole point. One above the pond in the gap. Oh, okay. I know what he's talking about. This one. The other one was on top of the totem pole. Now I can go outside. What'd you say? What were you saying, Salvo? I think you were asking something, and I forgot. Oh no, the story. Yeah, there's no story. Don't worry about it. They're just characters. They're just characters in a world. Don't question it. That's how this game works. Boop, and I'm done. Huh?
I feel pretty fucking young now.
Yep. Treasure Trove Cove. I don't remember where the honeycombs are in that place, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm planning to complete this game. I might complete Tooie though, because I enjoy completing that one far more. But I also realize how difficult that might be. Give me that honey. Musical spells. Jam jars. That's a reference to the name of the brother of the mole. That's true. At the very least, in the second game, you have ways to travel between the worlds. And honestly, as iconic as the Jiggy getting animation is, I'm kind of glad they did away with it in Banjo-Tooie. How does one add them really quickly? Ooh. Need some water. Oh, well, that's dumb. Alright. Yeah, but like I said, there was a few issues with ukulele in general, if we're going to go back on that topic of like world design and stuff like that. But in my opinion, the main issue was that the factory itself was fine, but the worlds themselves were too big for what amount they contained within. Basically, there wasn't enough. If there had been more, it would have been much nicer. Is this the right place? Oh, no, it's a cauldron. Hi! You've activated a magic cauldron! I like how he just sort of says that. It's so expositorily.
Did all the platformers of the specific era have divided stages?
Generally, yes. Because they couldn't do open world stuff back then. Oh, we get to meet... This is the weirdest character in the whole lore of this game. Gruntilda's nicer sister. Basically Shrek. Basically, everyone is against Gruntilda. Everyone's against this fucking witch for some reason. And she's willing to basically just spill the beans on every single fucking dirty secret that Gruntilda has. Unfortunately, I have to remember all of them. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to make sense of the game trip because in the second game they introduce her other two sisters who are evil. So, I'm sorry, I didn't read it. What did she say? Washes her hair. It's okay, rotten teeth with salted slug-flavored toothpaste. Slug-flavored toothpaste. I'm not gonna remember this shit. Washes her hair with rancid milk. And what else? She gets her clothes from the trash can. My kind of lady. Okay, whatever. Brushes her rotten teeth with the slug stuff.
She watches anime.
She watches anime. that's like dirty secret number 7. She in her spare time she likes to watch anime.
This entire plot was inspired by hentai.
Yeah, it's really weird. Regardless, the game is strange and should be considered as such, and should not be considered otherwise.
Have you considered streaming Yume Nikki?
I don't have it.
believe it's...
Trip, let's not try to make sense that the characters actually learned something from their existence in this world. She lived next to the witch for years. Unless Grunty magically figured out some way to just move into the house randomly. Where the fuck is this place? I don't know anything about navigating Gruntilda's lair. It's not here, is it? No, I think this is the swamp place. Oh, no, it's another cauldron. Fuck! Ah, spooky mouth. Got it. This is the making sense of games like this is where shit like game theory comes from. Fun at the time, but totally stupid if you actually try to latch onto it too much. Wait, ah, fuck, never mind. I'll get that later. Get the Jinjo! And escape from the shark! Ah, Toothy, no! That's his name, right? Toothy? Hit me, Toothy. Oh, Snacker, that's the one.
At risk of sounding rude, are you playing this for the gameplay?
Yes. And the level design. The level design is really good too. Because the game mechanics are simple, but the whole point of it is that you gain more as you progress, right? Oh, Nipper, hi there. Alright. I think I can... Aw, man.
That shark from... It's like that shark from Jack and Daxter.
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Nipper, are you not gonna... Alright, fuck you then. Dup, dup, dup. Ow. Oh, now you do it twice. Fuck you. I hate Nipper. Anyway, I killed him. You know, he's dead now. He died.
Welcome to Maryland.
The lurker sharks. Ah, yes. Nah, they weren't so bad. I'm gonna be honest, I was never really that terrified of that sort of stuff. What really terrified me were things like, things that were sudden, like the sudden things, like the normal, you know, jump scare stuff when I was a kid. I think the thing that scared me the most as a kid, at least from the N64 era, were the Re-Deads from Ocarina of Time. Those were terrifying.
Dude, I see why.
What?
Those shits really are terrifying.
Yeah, right? I mean, the part of it was just the graphical limitations that aided in that, actually, because when they've tried to redesign them, they're never as scary. It's the lack of a face, man.
What really scared me as a youth were those zombies from Lego Indiana Jones.
That's an interesting one. All right, let's talk to the blubbering hippo. I love his voice, by the way. Take a listen. Oh, I love it. Music to my ears. Fucking majestic. He does show up again in Tooie. He sells you shit. I think. My god, dude, shut the fuck up. I get it, you lost your treasure. Calm the fuck down.
This is why you invest in Bitcoin.
That's why you don't invest in gold, kids. Pagey. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, they are very similar. I forget, do I just do this? Oh yeah, you do. Alright, cool. Why take swimming lessons, kids? Because the hippo apparently doesn't know how to swim, which is why I have to do it for him.
I mean, I think there's a clue in his name.
Blubber. I mean, blubber is the thing that lets you float, so I guess you're right. But there's no easy way to get to the other side, was there? It doesn't seem so. So we're gonna have to go through another entrance. Whee! Here you go, you fuck.
Why do I keep seeing Clippy?
What?
Everything in this game reminds me of Clippy from Windows XP.
Oh, that's because everything has eyeballs.
Oh lord.
Oh man, I just noticed that there's a bunch of gameplay quality of life changes that they made in the second game. Like you can double jump out of the Talon Trot jump, but in this one you can't. You can also like do other things out of the Talon Trot because they just realized how useful it is, so they just gave you the ability to do the basic moves out of it. I think that's generally why I prefer Tooie, honestly. I don't know. I don't really know, Trip. Couldn't tell ya. Couldn't tell ya. But yeah. Salvo, this game is fucking weird. Get used to it. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, jump pad. Let's get the jump pad. I wonder, in Smash, will the up B ability, will that be only the shock jump pad? Or will it, or in the air, will it also become the flight pad? Like when you're in the air. Also, Trip, you wanna talk about invalidating platforming sequences? I'll show you one in a minute. Give me a couple seconds after I get this thing, which I could have decided not to do if I had gone for the other thing. Yeah, they showed the jump shock pad for the grounded one only. They didn't really show the top. Ow, I forgot about fall damage. Okay. I've been playing my game about a bear too much, and it doesn't have fall damage, so I forgot. Trip, here's the invalidating thing that I told you about. It's the same. The only difference is that you can replenish it mid-flight. Meaning, well, I mean, you can replenish it mid-flight in ukulele too. In fact, I'd imagine in here it's even easier, technically. From this point onwards, I never have to touch the floor again. Unless I wanna. Ow. Come on. I can do this. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care enough. I don't care enough to do the trick. Ow. Wee, into the mouth. Design-wise, the flight pad provides about as much capacity once you actually find one. The only unfortunate thing about ukulele is the fact that you can do it at any time. That's the main difference. But, like, in function... Oh, Jinjo, I forgot about you. In function, they're more or less the same thing. Because as soon as you get it, you don't have to get down ever. At least in ukulele, you have to get down periodically. God damn it. Yeah, so you have to go to the specific spot to fly again, but if you have any sort of proficiency, you're able to get around that. Which, again, same as in ukulele, if you have the proficiency for it, you can get away with it. But most people don't have the proficiency for it because it controls badly on purpose. The flight in here controls well but slow on purpose in order to... Oh, actually, did I not give him his gold back? I should give him his gold back. Let's just give him his gold back. Stop blubbering. Thanks. Now take your gold and leave. Let me give me my gold. What I'm trying to get at is that they balanced it out exactly as you'd expect. It doesn't actually invalidate the platforming any more than the flight pad does. Like right now, I'm just gonna get something that invalidates like 70% of the platforming. Look, I'm already at the top. Done. Didn't have to do jack shit. In fact, it was faster than it would be in ukulele. Let me just do this real quick. Until the switch. Well, you still had to collect all the feathers. Was it feathers? Quills, I think it was. But you still got to collect all the quills in freaking ukulele as well. And they also have their Jinjo equivalents, the ghosts. And they just have the equivalents there. And you can't do it all just by flying in the same way. It is essentially the same concept, but it just feels a little different. The reason it feels different is because you can do it at any time, for the most part. But in practice, it's about the same. If anything, I think the reason people here's a hypothesis. I think the reason people like the flight pad system so much from Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie and stuff like that was because in these games there is so many points where you're just gonna have to go back to it again that it gives you a sense of similarity, right? And it gives you more of a sense of the level design in itself by having to go back to it every single time. I think that is the reason, because you are so familiarized with the concept of it at the point, which helps familiarize yourself with the level a little bit more. But then again, the same can be said for the the elemental types that you find throughout the level in ukulele, right? So like there's so many parallels here that just they feel slightly different, but they generally pull off the same thing. The main difference is in ukulele, they're not forcing you through its mechanical design to redo everything so much. Once you become familiarized with something, you tend to accrue a sense of wonder and preference for it. So, what a lot of modern games do is, instead of having you forcing you through a level 1,000 times, they simplify the process of going through the level by making it incredibly simple, or straight up linear, in order to prevent you from having to focus too much on that sort of thing. I'm giving a different opinion from the most people, because I didn't play most of Banjo-Kazooie the original, right? So my opinion is, I played ukulele, and I enjoyed it. I played Banjo-Tooie, which had a very different form of design, and I liked it a lot. And ukulele had more of the level design concepts of Banjo-Tooie, so I liked it a lot. But it still had the moveset qualities of Banjo-Kazooie and a couple of other, and they got rid of a bunch of the annoyances that were in Banjo-Kazooie's original mechanic set. But because of that, it lowered the familiarity that one would generally have with a level design, because they would be forced to go through it more often in order to access that one thing that lets them do the thing. And because of that, it would generally, not always, but generally, oh crap, I don't want to be under the water. Come on, get away. But generally, that would cause more of the sense of familiarity that I mentioned before, which causes that sense that you like it more. That is what familiarity breeds. Familiarity breeds nostalgia, and nostalgia breeds kindness and fondness. But the first time you played this game, that was probably the most annoying shit in the world. Again, this is the kind of shit I have to consider when making my own game too. Alright? Because in my own game, I'm trying to force players to both have the option to go through the entirety of the level in order to find things, but also give them the shortcuts, which I'm not going to spoil how, but they're going to eventually have shortcuts, a methodology for shortcuts, in order to not force them to have to go through the entirety of the level all the time. So if they want to get everything, they have to familiarize themselves with the entirety of the level design. But if they don't want to, they don't have to. In Banjo-Kazooie, in order to do anything in the game, you have to do a whole bunch of shit in order to get enough collectibles in order to reach the end of the game in the first place. You need to get about 80% of all the collectibles in the game in order to complete the game, or even finish the game. So, in principle, you already have to do more than the average person would if they wanted to actually finish a game like this, right? So they are, in a sense, through the design, forcing you to complete more of the game than you actually need to, or at least feel like you need to or want to a lot of the time. But again, as I mentioned before, kids, familiarity, that's going to breed within it all the time. So in that sense, I kind of went through the effort of playing ukulele all the way through for that exact same reason, that I wanted to familiarize myself with the game in order to see whether I would gain that same sense of joy and mild nostalgia that comes from doing it. Also, give me that shit, give me that shit. How many jiggies are there in the game? I said to finish the game, not complete the game. To finish the game, you don't even need to get that note door, technically. Yep, that's a... If anything, that's a completion incentive if I've ever seen one. Like, one that'll incentivize people to want to complete it. Right? And if they wanted to complete it, they're going to have to familiarize themselves with the level tremendously, because most of the mechanical dependency is within the level itself. They have a lot of mechanical dependency, because the level itself and the level design have limited locations in which you can get these things. When it comes to health and stuff like that, I guess it makes more sense. But when it comes to like other mechanical concepts, to me it doesn't make as much sense as you would imagine. So in a lot of ways, it's a little bit irritating how it's designed in this exact way. Banjo-Tooie still suffers from this, of course. Which is why I don't quite understand the hatred for ukulele, except for in the too large of a world concept, and maybe a little bit in the whole flight aspect. But in the whole of it, when you think about it, like as objectively as you possibly can, for the most part, and maybe it's a little bit less. I mean, it iterates on the concept of Banjo-Kazooie. It doesn't just paste it wholesale. Salvo, are you still alive?
I am still alive.
Have you been listening to my entire rant?
More or less.
Alright, cool.
Working on a character sheet for the game.
That's fine. I was just talking about why ukulele and Banjo-Kazooie have... Ukulele doesn't suffer from the same design issues that Banjo-Kazooie suffers from when it comes to the mechanical dependency in the level design. Which is something that it does, right? I have to get up to a flight pad in a certain location in order to do the flight thing, right? But I don't want that. Don't need that life. But ukulele doesn't suffer from that. It suffers from something else. Which is fair. It's fair that it suffers from something else. It's fair to be upset about that something else. Kill the crab! Aw. Kill the crab? Kill the crab.
Get the old babe.
Oh, good enough. I think eventually I'm going to play Hat in Time on stream. I've played through the first level, and I think I played a little bit more. I think yeah, I played about halfway through the second level, the ghost level. Evil spots. One is easier by being on a box in the open water. Two, floating next to each other. I don't know. I haven't actually played a Hat in Time enough to be able to assess it. The mechanical movement in the game is fantastic, though. I love it. But the level design itself, I can't really speak much for right now, because at the moment I didn't really like it that much. Personally, I didn't really like it that much, the actual level design in the first level and the second level so far. I do like what it was going for, though. It was trying some stuff. Oh yeah, I also think I tried the train level. Interesting little gauntlet, that. Ow, alright. But again, I have to emphasize this. I don't... Here's my stance whenever I look at a game. I will never sing its praises 100%. Never. There is always a flaw to find. There is always something to improve upon. There will always be issues. Them being more apparent in a game like Yooka-Laylee, for example, is due to the fact that we've been spoiled for many years with great design that has been improved over time, which they've learned to get around in recent years, which only becomes more apparent because of it, right? So because it becomes more apparent, we notice it more, and then we rag on it more. If we were kids, and we were playing Yooka-Laylee, and we never even heard of Banjo-Kazooie, would you think you'd feel the same way about it? Do you really think you would feel the same way about it? That's the real question. Because they streamlined the process. Wait, what's wrong, Salvo?
Just replying to your question.
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you answer that again?
I suppose not.
It depends, right? Like, every game ages. Every game has issues when they first come out as well. That's something that one has to consider. So even when I play A Hat in Time, I'm going to be pointing out issues. I can point out issues in any game. Like that's my thing. If I feel like I can't point out issues in a video game, then I feel like either that game has to be absolutely perfect, like to the point where, like, objectively perfect. Like no one in the entire world has said anything negative about the game ever, and never will. And it's like impossible. Like for some reason, it's perfect, which, let's be honest, in art that's impossible because no one's ever been able to achieve that. And likely never will be, because it's generally pretty subjective, and that has to do with a lot of personality traits and genetics and a lot of other evolutionary concepts, as well as our upbringing and a whole bunch of other shticks that you gotta keep into consideration when it comes to subjective and interpretive things. So it's a lot of shit. Oregon Trail. Oh fuck, man. Oregon Trail. That was a thing. Alright, what do I got? What do I got so far in this level? I've completely dozed off. I've got 8 Jiggies, I need 9 notes, I need both of the honeycombs, and I need 1 more Jinjo. Ah, Bubsy 3D. Oh yeah, that one's perfect. Oh, perfect game. 10, 11 out of 10. Perfect game. Perfect game. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Nothing wrong with it.
I'm sad I've never heard of any of the...
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
And none of the what?
None of the game titles.
None of the game titles? Like which ones? The ones that I've been mentioning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because they're platforming titles for the most part. You don't play platformers.
No, not really.
Yep, I figured. So you're unable to understand what we mean when we talk about these things, because with people who are fans of platformers, this is pretty much just everyone knows about these things. If they're big fans of platformers and also know about indies, they know. They just know. Okay. What notes?
I only know the most recent one.
You only know the what?
I only know like the Metroidvania.
You know about the Metroidvania genre? Do you know Ori and the Blind Forest?
Yeah, it's a recent one, isn't it? The one
Yes.
with the interesting color.
Yes, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite indie titles, Ori and the Blind Forest. I do intend to play it here sometime. I love it that much.
Have you heard of Salt and Cinder?
Yes, I have. But it feels a lot more like Dark Souls to me, and I don't really have an affinity for that sort of stuff yet. I have yet to play things like Bloodborne and Sekiro, which I want to do. I really do. But I haven't played Salt and Sanctuary yet because of those reasons. Like, I want to get familiarized with concepts of like the ultra difficulty stuff. Even though I've gotten used to like Hollow Knight and stuff, it doesn't really translate the same, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
It translates a little, but not
the
quite.
Castlevanias?
The Castlevanias. No. But I really should. I really want to play Symphony of the Night.
Get the DS Castlevania games are really underrated.
I have never touched them, so I can't say.
I grew up playing those.
Nice. I grew up with this. Games like these. Actually, no, not even. I'm older than that. I grew up with Sonic the Hedgehog. That was my first ever console video game. The rest of them were not so great edutainment games for the PC. But my first ever video game that was just for entertainment purposes was definitely Sonic the Hedgehog. There's a dying franchise? Nah, Sonic's never gonna die. Everyone loves him too much. That's the thing, right? Like sometimes they bring out a good game, and then there's like this interspersed moments of like 3 shitty ones, and then they release another decent one, and then back to the shit. And I don't know why this is. Like there's just something off about their process, right? Something about the writing, something about the actual concepts themselves. I'm not sure. Like, there's something wrong with the way they're doing the game.
The answer is gotcha.
I feel like the devs love them though. Like everyone seems to love Sonic, but I feel like might be the producers and people like that might be screwing it up, because producers tend to get their hands in the design themselves and change it around according to their whims. It is pretty often. It's a common issue that happens to a lot of modern video games, especially the AAA ones. Yeah, Sonic Mania. Yeah, you were saying, Salvo. Sorry for interrupting you so much.
It was just a stupid joke, it's fine.
It's okay. You can say it.
The lifespan of Sonic the Hedgehog is directly tied to how lost my meat cleaver is.
Shh. Yeah, you're right. What a stupid joke. Right, I'm still looking around. Oh, right, I forgot about the castle thing. All right, let's go there. I forgot what we were talking about a little bit before this. Yes, oh, the bucket. Guys, dude, Salvo, I get to shit in a bucket. Do you want to look?
What does this come to?
I'm shitting in a bucket!
You've already touched, whoever. Gruntilda's booty, so I guess it's par for the course.
Dude, later on, you're gonna want to touch Gruntilda's booty, especially if I lose. Like, Gruntilda, after she wins, is waifu material. Not kidding. More of the, like, if you're into the bad girl kind of thing, obviously, but definitely some potential there for a lot of people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people got their sexual awakening from Gruntilda, funnily enough. Or just save and quit. Yeah, that too. Just saving and quitting the game does the same thing. But I'd rather not do that right now. There's been something that, at least, oh yeah, we were talking about Sonic, that's what it was. Which glitch? Oh, that was a glitch? I thought that was intended, like to make you feel bad about for stopping playing the game. Oh, I thought that was on purpose. Well, guess it wasn't. All right. What am I missing? Two jiggies, 4 notes, 2 honeycombs. Alright, time to go flan. Oh yeah, I did forget to go inside the castle. Well, good point. I'll do that then. I'm an idiot. Right, we were talking about Sonic. When it comes to Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, I'm gonna be honest, I'd never really played Sonic all that much. The only one that I really played was Sonic Heroes, in terms of the 3D ones. And in terms of the originals, I played only Sonic 2. So I don't really have that, like, super knowledge of the whole series like you guys do. I got all the notes. Wow. If those were actually glitches, then holy shit, they were glitches that really incentivized wanting to collect everything. Very convenient glitches. Oh shit, I fucked up.
Just before I left?
What would you say?
I apologize. My parents came home and I had to pretend that I was studying. You were
Why? Didn't you have finals?
SAT shit.
Oh. Yeah, okay. You were saying?
Yeah, okay. So. What were you saying before I left?
Mostly just talking about Sonic and like how the non-saving things apparently were glitches. Very convenient glitches, which I think really cemented the game in general, though, because that must have been what forced people to familiarize themselves so much with the game.
Has there been any significant speed running of Sonic?
Yes, tons of it. It's fucking fast as hell. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh god, I feel nostalgic. I watched the shitty Sonic X anime when I was a kid.
Aw, man, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I enjoyed it, though. Dude, you gotta keep in mind, like, 2 of the arcs were basically ripped from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, the game. And just made into the anime. And honestly, the anime did it better. So keep that in mind. Sonic 06 was an interesting failure. It could have been better. In fact, if you look for it, there's a mod that they're developing for the game in order to try and fix the level design / mechanics in order to make it less stupid, and also to, at the very least, make the loading scenes more bearable. Because apparently they fixed the loading. They made the loading scenes faster. They did they fixed most of it. Okay, so I'm missing a Jinjo and I need 2 honeycombs. Got it. Yes, they did mention a lot. The thing with Sonic X is that they did actually mention a lot of the video games. So they did it as service. It was the last arcs or so that were kind of weird. The ones where they go into space and stuff. That was a little... I mean, I liked the plant girl, but it's still kind of weird. What do you mean by they're using the anime? Do you mean the alien thing? Because they've always been aliens. I mean, they've always been aliens. They're from the planet Mobius. The real question always was, how the fuck did Robotnik ever get there? I'm running out of feathers. Give me that. You need bleach? In what sense? You need to bleach your eyes, you need to bleach your brain, or you need the anime bleach?
I could use some bleach. A shot of it.
Bleach was a weird anime, to be honest. Like, it was cool, but also bad.
I mean, it's in the name. I'm assuming you would want to drink it after watching it.
No. It was pretty good for the most part, but it was the later arcs that were holy crap. They were boring. Like the main one that everyone remembers is the Soul Society arc, which is the one where they actually go into an alternate world and fight people with swords and stuff. Or rather, the world of the dead or something, you know, in order to save someone. That was the cool shit, right? Oh wow. Oh cool, I just noticed something. Look at that render distance between the launch pad. That's some old school shit. It's a texture when you're far away, but when you get closer, it pops up into a 3D thing. Bleach your brain with it, got it. This actual thing is the difference between Sega of America and Sega of Japan and concerns to Mobius and even the Robotnik Eggman. In Japan, it's always been Eggman on Earth. In USA, Robotnik and Mobius. Only the honeycombs. Those are the only thing we're missing right now. And I've run out of feathers, so we're gonna need something quick. I've completely run out of feathers, so we're fucked. Alright, cool. I don't really ration these very well. Well, yeah, that's the thing. And once they did the merger, at that point, we just have to respect the concepts. Even Sonic Forces technically respects the Mobius concept.
Now that I think about it, the Sonic X anime was pretty good compared to, say, the Super Mario show.
Oh my god, the Super Mario show. Or the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Please, I watched all of them.
I never watched them, and I still cringe at the existence of them. Trip, we need the honeycombs. Where the fuck are they?
Sonic X is like that, it's like the prescription drug. The Super Mario show is like
Cocaine.
the heroin you find in the back alley.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's the heroin. The Legend of Zelda one was the cocaine. Legend of Zelda was the cocaine.
No.
Definitely just like the high octane crack cocaine that you inject.
No.
Not even the kind that you sniff.
It's the used syringe.
The used syringe cocaine.
The one with HIV, syphilis, and gonorrhea on it.
Dude, Ganahana syphilis? All of them together? With Winnie the Pooh as Robotnik. Honestly, right, so the easiest honeycomb is on a crate in the open world. Think by the island where the X was. Okay. Yeah, you were saying? Sorry, I was just reading the chat so I could know where I'm going.
SpongeBob is like the LSD.
I'm gonna be honest, SpongeBob I really, really, really liked. But not the later seasons. Like there is a cap where people actually... No, oh, there it is. There is like a point where people just realize that SpongeBob just was not as funny or not as good or whatever, right? And that was after the God, what's it called? After they do the song in the Super Bowl equivalent.
I never really got into SpongeBob, mostly because it was banned in house, and I have this weird phobia of certain types of art styles.
A phobia of what? You gotta talk a little bit louder. Or closer.
Certain art styles,
Ah, okay.
like
Yeah.
the ones used in early cartoons.
I see. Well, that's a strange phobia to have for sure. Hiding in a crevice underwater by the cliffside. Water's left of Nipper when facing away from him. Oof, that's specific. Yeah. But the thing is with SpongeBob, it's pretty much a very good like incentive to watch it now, I think. Since you're older and you could probably manage it. I'd suggest watching the first several seasons. Holy shit! The render distance on the simulator is so bad. I don't think the actual game was like this. Is it here? I do think you might enjoy SpongeBob now, though.
I'll check it out.
I mean, there's a reason it's maintained itself in the public consciousness for so much, and there's a reason why the like 99.9% of the memes are from the seasons that I've mentioned. There's a reason for that. Where the fuck is the honeycomb piece? Am I even close? Bottom. Ah, fuck. All right. I know, but I'm just trying to, like, see it first, you know? Fuck it, we're killing the shark. Too lazy to do this shit. I'd rather just swim around like an idiot. Where are you, fuck? Come here. Nip at my feet.
Kinky.
Come here, you fuck. You ain't gonna survive this. I'm gonna shit on you till you die. Because apparently that's the only way to do it. Well, the only good way, rather.
Indirect death through anoxia.
What?
You're gonna kill it indirectly by causing algal growths, which then induce anoxia.
Essentially. Ah, god damn it, he disappeared.
It must be the work of an enemy stand.
Ow. Well, fuck you then. I'm just gonna keep looking. Ah, there it fucking is. Ah, I didn't know it was in the corner. Jesus. Okay, well.
Stop before you get demonetized.
Just give me this shit. Alright, cool. I'm out here. Bye-bye.
Get the honeycomb.
Got it. Don't worry.
You just passed one.
No, I got it. Oh, you mean the honeycomb? You mean the honey itself? Because there's honeycombs and actual honey pieces. The honey pieces are the things that heal you. There's one in here. One that I left there on purpose in order to, in case I needed it. All right, I think that's everything. Yep, got everything. Whee! I'm out of here, bitches.
Is that a diamond sword in your room?
Yes. Take a look at my Minecraft diamond sword. Look at my swag. A friend gave it to me. It was actually a very, very nice gift. It was for my birthday. Can't really use it for anything, but it's nice to have. I forgot what we were talking about before this. I think it was Sonic or something along those lines.
It was.
Something along those lines, but I don't know exactly what. Yes, with the leftover RAM data that it could still store. Yes, I know. Got it. Thank you. Still like curious about looking around a little bit. Familiarize myself a little. Were we talking about anime before, or did we just sort of pass over that? I don't remember.
We were talking about anime too.
Bum, 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 bum.
Have you seen Death Note?
Yes.
Good.
Why?
I love the anime.
Yes, it's very close to where my style sort of originated from. You should check out a YouTuber called Super Eye Patch Wolf. Frequently talks about anime and stories and video games and stuff like that. In fact, recently he talked about have you watched him?
Yeah.
Recently he talked about what's it called? Shenmue. Bloomers. Okay.
You have a Steam, right?
I have a Steam, yes.
Yume is free. You should totally get it.
What is it again? Leg Chomper.
Yume
Grunty and the Broomstick Boys. Cool. Those are the 3 tidbits of information I have to remember.
It's a weird, fucked up dream journey.
Yeah, kinda. Wait, Yume Nikki was what again? Sorry, I was listening to the game because I had to listen.
Yume is like it's a game about a girl going through her dreams. It's really weird and disturbing.
Oh well, I guess I could play that someday. I don't know if I do that on stream though.
Yeah, too much weirdness for anyone to watch. It's like fascinating what can be considered a video game.
I guess so. For me, when it comes to video games, what I like to find is mechanical ingenuity, I guess is a better term.
This one's a walking simulators.
Yeah, those aren't like I can handle games like that, but like if it's a story-based game, I'm gonna be so critical of it because unless the story gets me like so deep and so hard that it like I can't even contain myself, then I'm not gonna care. Like it's just that simple.
It's just an art gallery. Weird,
that's unfortunate.
Art gallery.
Like a weird fucked up art gallery for sure. Sounds interesting, but at the same time, like if it's just a walking simulator and if like there's no story to it really, I'm gonna be like, why did I play this?
I mean, there's certainly theories about the stories, and there's a lot of implications, but there's nothing concrete about it.
Well, that's something that's kind of fun to do as well, when you have like a whole bunch of mysteries that you don't know anything about, and you want to figure out what they are. But at the same time, it's like, I guess it's like, how do I put it? It doesn't feel justified in a game that doesn't really have a story presented outright. I don't even know where I'm going right now, but I have this thingy now, so I should use it.
It's more of a
oh, there it is.
story.
It's more like what? Sorry, the game's being loud again.
The dreams make lots of implications about the dreamer's psyche.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I mean, it applies for the game obviously because it's intended. But outside of the game, dreams aren't incredibly indicative of a lot of like psychological states of psychological states. They're indicative, but they're not indicative in a universal sense, right? Now, where the hell is Clanker's Cavern?
So dreams have no meaning, or they
have meaning.
only have meaning
but-
unique to a person?
But they're incredibly unique to the individual, so it's like incredibly useless to try and look up one of those "what does my dream mean" things online. They're very useless. Oh look, I found another one. I get to unlock another world if I have enough jiggies, which I don't. Holy shit. I'll get back to this later.
Have you played Lisa?
Played what now?
Lisa.
How do you spell that? I feel like the answer is no, but how do you spell that?
Lisa.
Lisa. Oh!
Um,
Oh, okay, now I know what you're talking about. It took me a while. No, I haven't, actually. I've heard a lot about it. Like, in terms of how absolutely terrifying it is, and, like, how it makes you question everything about yourself and what is a protagonist. Shit like that. But, like, I've never played it before. It just never appealed to me because I'm not interested in those kinds of pixel art games, mostly. Whoops. Like, the style didn't grab me right away, so I sort of ignored it because I didn't actually know it was supposed to be some sort of crazy story-based thing. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's interesting as a game. Again, usually when it comes to video games, what I'm looking for is mechanical ingenuity. So when I find a game that's mechanically ingenious in a way that I can appreciate tremendously on retrospect and in the moment, then that's the kind of game that I'm going to remember fondly for a very long period of time. Ori and the Blind Forest is one of those examples, right? A level design as well. Like, it's not just the mechanical stuff. Level design also has to be is a part of that.
so you're all about mechanic? New ones?
Not new ones. Ingenuity. That means being creative about the way you use them.
I mean,
It's not
Lisa
necessarily.
the Pencil was notable for its extreme use of mechanics as metaphor.
Mechanics as a metaphor. Yeah, I guess in a way that can work too. That is also a very interesting way. There's a mechanic as a metaphor methods that are quite interesting. I'm blanking out on examples though.
Papers, please.
Ah, there we go. That's a good one. As well as I guess you could say that Undertale's fight mechanics sort of replicate that a little bit, but it's not quite as prevalent.
I can't see it being.
It's not quite as prevalent, obviously, but it's like it's there. Because like there's a bunch of emphasis on like avoiding attacks, but also not hurting people because the game is kind of insistent on that you do so, and if you try to take the evil route, the game will be insistent on you not doing that. Like it's designed to make it unfun.
True.
So, because it's very, very grindy, and unless you enjoy grindiness and stuff like that, especially after you do a pacifist run where you supposedly are already attached to the characters, it's going to be a very difficult time to try and do all that stuff as much. Also, I hate these pipes. I keep falling off these goddamn pipes, but that's my own fault. Yeah, Clanker is a terrifying design overall. You've never seen him, have you? No? Well, you're about to see him soon. Don't worry, I'll tell you. I'll let you know when to look.
Like Clank from Ratchet and Clank.
Ah, Clank. Ratchet and Clank, I remember that one fondly too. That game was interesting. Like, it did something with the shooter genre that I hadn't expected to ever happen. They mixed it with platforming and made it fun.
It was great.
It was incredibly nice because that wasn't anything I'd ever experienced before that point. They made the shooting mechanics like the main point, but they made platforming a part of it, which made it super interesting and fun to do, like to shoot around and stuff like that. But it wasn't first person, so it like gave you a sense of that you were this character, but in a different way, right? Like it was a bit of a story element to it. It was very interesting. It was fun. Then again, Jak and Daxter also did that too in the sequels. But they did it in a slightly different way. It was less emphasized as like the main form of combat, and it was more like as a puzzle element. Here's Clanker, by the way. Don't worry, I fell off before I even got a chance to play Deadlocked, so I didn't get to see much of it. Yeah, because apparently they sort of like jumped the shark with the Ratchet and Clank games and just never really got the mojo back, I guess.
Such a sad end.
A little bit. It always saddens me when games are unable to like complete themselves for whatever reason. Banjo-Kazooie is an example of that. It's one of those games that's just sort of stuck in a limbo.
Poor Castlevania.
That too. Castlevania is another example. Metroid was one of those examples. Now it's going to be, well, at least Metroid Prime. So now they're going to go back on that at least. So something to look forward to in that sense.
Have you seen the Castlevania anime, by the way?
Oh no, but I want to.
Do
So
it.
badly, but I suck at using Netflix.
It's one of the rare fucking examples of a good video game adaptation.
That's one of them. I've heard a lot about it. Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
That shit is amazing.
I didn't watch the Ratchet and Clank movie trip, actually. I have no idea what that was like. There's also going to be a Sly Cooper movie, and for that exact same reason I was worried, right? Apparently it never came to fruition because I guess it failed and was canceled, but which would have been
Praise the
nice.
Lord.
Yeah, I like Sly Cooper, but I don't think it would have worked with what they were going for. Feels like it was a little bit too, like it would have lost the sense of like finding all that stuff, right?
Yeah, it would have.
Just wouldn't have worked.
Have you seen the Clue movie?
The what?
The Clue movie.
The Clues? Oh, the Clue movie.
No.
You mean like based off of the board game?
Yeah.
Nope, never have. I don't really watch many movies like that. Like, I feel like Dora the Explorer might be the only exception to that rule for me.
Clue movie. You'd be surprised. Like, they embrace the camp full on.
Oh, nice.
It's actually pretty good. And it
That's
has
funny.
boobs, so that's a bonus.
I mean, eh. I mean, since they did it in the Scooby-Doo movies, too. Like, they had way more boobs than was expected. But Velma boobs are always appreciated. Daphne I don't care so much about because I'm not into redheads.
It was weird watching it in English class.
The Scooby-Doo movie?
No,
Or the
the
Clue one?
movie.
Oh. I mean, yeah, sometimes they
kept
do that.
diving for the projector.
Hi, Gloop. I've been sucking up your bubbles this entire time.
And that, sir, is how you die of CO2 poisoning.
Very true. Video games don't make too much sense sometimes. Am I gonna make it out of here in time? Probably not. Oh well. Gotta try anyways. I think I'll barely make it. Nah, I made it with a little bit of time to spare. Time to really get involved with Clanker's Cavern. Let me on. Let me on, you damn shark. Ugh, I'm gonna have to use the fin, aren't I? That's boring. Wee, wee, wee. Alright, cool, they did that too. Also, Salvo, I don't know if you knew this, but Clanker here is Brentilda's garbage disposal.
Really?
Yeah, that's sad, because it's probably a living cyborg creature. It has feelings, too.
And its cursed existence.
Wait, really? The Ratchet and Clank movie didn't have any combat? At all? That's fucking weird.
Have you read the Super NES, the Nintendo book adaptations?
Book adaptations? What?
Some fucker made book adaptations of various old NES, Nintendo. I mean, not Nintendo, but video games.
Video games. What? Which
He
ones?
He removed all the violence. Well, he tried to remove all the violence. Yeah, it's quite sad.
That's weird.
Solid Snake just ended up fighting zombies. Fucking bizarre.
What?
Yeah, he butchered them horribly. He was trying to convince kids to read more.
Give him something fucking good to read, then.
Showed him fucking,
Okay, that Ratchet and Clank movie just sounds like shit, honestly. From the descriptions you've been giving me, they just sound like crap.
I expected nothing, but yet somehow I was still disappointed.
I love that one. Love that meme. I expected nothing, yet I'm so disappointed.
Have you read the I Have No Mountain, I Must Scream
Nope.
Point and click adventure?
Nope.
It's
Gotta be
fucking
honest,
amazing.
the era of the point and click adventure game was something where I was young, so I didn't really get to play shit like that, right? Like, I wasn't even allowed to play freaking Day of the Tentacle, which is not bad for kids in any way. Oops, should not have activated that.
Pretty good. Cause the original author actually wrote this for the video game and even voiced its character.
Huh.
It's a very thrilling psychodrama.
Yes, that's what I've heard about it. I honestly don't know why I'm trying to go through these hoops. I feel like I fucked up really badly somewhere.
I think this is some sort of elaborate metaphor about the pointlessness of the game.
About the what?
Pointlessness.
I see. Ooh, Pajama Sam, Putt Putt, Freddy Frisch, and Fatty Bear. I remember all of those fuckers.
I know none of those fuckers.
Ah, those games were bad, but they were fun. They were like very pretty, child-friendly point-and-click adventure games, essentially. They're on Steam now, so if you wanted to get them for yourself, Salvo, you can. Just to experience the shitty things we experienced as kids. But we love them. We all love them.
I doubt I'll have the same enjoyment you guys have.
Possible. I mean, I doubt you would, but it's fun to see it as like a history of gaming thing, because most people around my age and older have experience with it. Oh, this is something that I want Trep to answer. Did you ever play the Jumpstart edutainment games? I have some. I'm going somewhere with this. Trust me on this. They were great for puzzle solving, true, but have you ever played the Jumpstart games? Which ones? Up till 4th grade. Well, to be fair, I only played up till 6th. I was a beta tester. I was a beta tester for those games. And my dad worked on several of them. My uncle was head of the company.
Ooh,
I'm working for the guy who started the company.
so it's in your blood.
It's basically in my blood. That entire thing is in my blood. It's surprising, isn't it? Like, when it comes to the Jumpstart games, I am highly involved in it. 3rd grade was my favorite. In fact, my uncle also said it was like his favorite one to produce. My dad mostly worked on the 4th and 5th ones, though, because other reasons. He was working on other stuff at the time, so he couldn't get a chance to work on the 3rd grade one. But yeah, the 3rd grade one was probably the best one. They were surprisingly advanced for the age ranges, too. Yes, Penny was the antagonist. And yes, she did have a striking similarity to Penny from Inspector Gadget. The 4th one was spooky on purpose, yeah. It wasn't very good, though. Like, comparatively, unfortunately. Apparently, a lot of parents didn't like that, in fact, and they kind of had to... They made them... They returned the game a lot because of it. So it didn't sell as well. Because it scared the kids. It was too edgy.
F for Jumpstart.
Yeah, unfortunately Jumpstart died, but not until like Jumpstart 8th grade or something like that. Like, they had a bunch of games between them. They lasted a fair amount of time. But yeah, my uncle and dad are doing fine though.
Do they still make games?
Jumpstart? No.
I mean, your dad and uncle.
No. No, that's the thing. Like, they weren't game designers. They were programmers. Well, my uncle was more of a project lead, right? Like, he was like the guy who could organize everybody, as well as being a programmer. So that was more his area of expertise, more of that stuff. So my dad was more so a programmer for the game because he was very, very good at programming. Especially in that era when being a good programmer was practically being a god.
Never again would they enjoy such praise.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, that's the thing. They enjoy more praise now, but they got more money back then because there was far fewer. So there was the job market was much more new. So there was a lot higher chance of getting a job, and therefore you could get a lot more money in many different places because as it grew, you would get even more money. So the people who did it as a hobby suddenly saw themselves getting a lot. What were you saying?
I was asking if it was a supply and demand.
I don't know. It was like it was a thing where supply wasn't very high, demand was growing, and the population of programmers was small. So, because programming was pretty new to people and scary, and people didn't get it. In fact, people still don't get it a lot of the time. Which, shame on them, I guess. Second grade at all. Honestly, I don't remember second grade that much either. I think it was one with like a frog, a talking frog. Jumpstart second grade. But yeah, those Jumpstart games were surprisingly advanced for the age ranges. So like third grade was like really high multiplication tables at some point. Like it always started off easy, but then as the game progressed, it would get progressively harder.
Dated.
Hmm?
They made you memorize multiplication tables?
No. They didn't make you memorize it. You just had to know them. You just had to know multiplication and know how to do it fast. So I guess you would learn multiplication tables, but like as a consequence.
It sounds so dated.
It's a little bit dated. There was a bunch of like concepts about like animal concepts, like geography concepts, history concepts, things like that you had to learn about that were generally I never really learned in school, honestly. I learned more from those games than I did from actual school, I imagined. Like whenever I actually went back to school, it was easy. Probably because of those games. I mean, there's other reasons why school was easy for me, and you already know them, but the whole thing is, at the very least, when it came to Jumpstart, it seemed to, like, really help in, you know, in getting me to find school really fucking easy. The Biodome minigame. Honestly, I loved that one. That one was fun as hell. It was a game where you like a 2D game where you had to like actually land like a toy rocket and like steer it with like aerial tank controls and stuff like that. It was tough to control, but it was really fun. And you had to like land it in specific spots, and it had like a life bar and everything. And all of it was just so you could learn a little bit about biology. Because they had all the basics in there. They had biology, chemistry, math, history. What else? They also had literature, language, I think, things like that. They also had art, I think. So like they had all these subjects in the third grade games. I mean, they had it in all the games, but it was a lot more prevalent in them because they made them fun in the third grade games. So you'll tend to learn a lot more.
Have you played Unavowed?
Unavowed?
It's a modern point-and-click adventure game.
No, I haven't actually. In fact, I have a modern point-and-click adventure game that I haven't even touched yet, and I really should.
Blackwell Deception?
No, Broken Age.
No.
What? Was it bad?
No, I just never heard of it.
Oh, I mean, it's made by the same people that made Psychonauts, if that gives you anything.
A coincidence, I was just searching that up.
A coincidence?
Granted, I was watching a stream about platforms.
I see. I figured that would be some sort of impetus for learning about it a little. Able to open Discord at this moment. Yes, I can, but I wasn't paying attention. Discord, when you're streaming, tends to... Aw, man, Trip still has all the games. Nice. You can post them on the Discord itself, Trip. It's fine. Like, I might make a stream channel, though. Like, one specifically for the stream. For, like, stream chat and stuff like that. Like, if you want to share things, rather. Honestly, Yeah, the whole Jumpstart game, 3rd grade, was probably the crowning achievement of the entire company. It's like they learned just enough to get that game super right. Didn't have 2nd grade. Fair. What am I missing? 7 jiggies. Oh man, I'm missing a lot. 1 honeycomb piece and about 15 notes.
What did you think of
bottle caps. You're going to have to rephrase that question because I don't play shooters. Typically. But I've heard that that one is more of a subversion, and I can appreciate that.
It actually is. It mocks the shooter genre itself.
Yes, I've heard that it makes you feel like the bad guy towards the end of it.
Pretty much.
Nice. Good, I like that.
Shooters are bad.
No, shooters are not bad. I just don't play them. Like, typically they have to be a specific... Like I said, it all has to do with mechanical ingenuity, right? So if I've seen a shooter once and it doesn't change on anything, I'm not going to be too interested in playing it. So if they mechanically are the same as all the other shooters, I'm not going to be super interested to even try it. Which is why things like Half-Life and Portal were super interesting.
I would like to introduce you to the deep black hole that is realistic military shooter.
You know, the Sniper game series has me a little bit intrigued to try it.
Play Arma. You actually need to use a map, lay down suppressing fire, make
oh, hello.
Sticks,
hello, new person.
everything.
There's another person here.
New.
Yes, this is a good game. Okay, honeycombs in this one. I recall one being in a high vent. I think I got one. Pipe hanging. Oh no, I got the one from the wall. Okay, so I'm gonna look for a high vent then. You were saying, Salvo?
Yeah, play Arma, because it's really unique in the fact, well, not so unique anymore, but it's unique in the fact that you actually need to do the setup for combat, and not just combat itself. And even when you do fight, it's shooting into dark corners where you can't see the enemy, and it's generally quite real. You might enjoy it.
I might.
It plays more like a strategy game than it does a shooter. I would get into it, but it's extremely time-consuming, just like real. It is the consumer version of an actual military simulator for professionals.
I see. Well, yeah, the military simulator thing, I mean, I kind of get the appeal of them, but I'm just not much of a simulator guy, you know?
If you're less hardcore, you might like Rising Storm 2.
I might like what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Play Rising Storm 2. It's realistic, yes, but it's far more approach.
Okay, that's fair. Rising Storm 2?
Yeah, less setup, but it makes more about the gunplay, but it's realistic gunplay.
Okay then, that seems a little bit more interesting.
Vietnam squad tactics and suppressing fire.
But Trep, in the Discord, I suggest that you post things in the toy box chat or silly stuff in memes. Doesn't really matter too much, honestly. I am going to eventually just make a stream chat just to make it a little easier for people.
Blazing Asian knows a lot more about this than I do.
That's fair.
To get into it.
For now, though, I think I'm a little bit more interested in the sniper thing, the sniper game. I like sniping. I like sniping. I'm weird. Like, that's why I played the sniper in TF2.
after bullet drop?
What?
What's the sniper game called?
I think it's just called Sniper. Like, just straight up Sniper.
Just to be clear, this isn't the game where you put a flashbang in Hitler soup, right?
Flashbang and hit you. What now?
Flashbang. This isn't the game where you can stick a flashbang in Hitler soup.
I wouldn't know. I can't confirm or deny because I don't actually know.
I'm getting quite suspicious just about.
I mean, no, the Sniper 2 is the one where you get to see an x-ray of the exact organs that you've shot. So, like, if you shoot a guy in the testicles, you see that shit.
I think this is the one.
It might be.
Don't play it. If you want to get into realistic militaries, just pick the sniper role in rifles, don't you?
Alright, cool. Well, that's the thing, right? When it comes to video games, I'm not looking for realistic. Like,
right.
Otherwise I wouldn't play this game.
Yeah, I play with a bunch of hardcore Nelson guys. I'm in that one, so.
Ah, okay. But see, that's why I like things like Portal. They're a bit more interesting. I did write his tale. Look, I'm doing it right now, in fact. The entire issue is I have no idea what I'm missing. One Jiggy, one Honeycomb, 6 notes.
Sounds like the setup is a hentai.
It does. Oh, maybe I don't think I went to that orange place. Or no, I did. I came out the other end of the green one. Fuck.
Not only have you touched Gruntilda's booty, you are now seeking Jiggies.
Yeah, Jiggies. Jigsaw pieces. But yeah, get jiggy with it, bitch. That shit is missing. I did go through the tunnel that was blocked at the end. I might have not done everything in Clanker, but I doubt it because I feel like I got everything. I mean, I still have to get the other Mumbo's token, but that's another matter.
Wait, is this Sniper Elite? Or just Sniper?
I honestly don't know. I completely forgot the actual name. Might be Sniper Elite.
Alright, check the chat. Watch this video later.
If you say so. Did I go through his blowhole? No, but I know it's right here, so technically I don't need to. But let's try it.
If you want mechanical ingenuity, this may be the game for you. If you like extreme form.
Okay. Did the Wonder Wing, did that thing, did this and that, did everything there, got all the things. What am I missing? I feel like there's just like one section of the map that I'm just missing. Actually, my favorite N64 game, now that I think about it, is Majora's Mask. I feel like I might do this thing where Fridays I will try to stream the Nintendo 64 game of some kind. And maybe on more days than that, but I have to check on other things first. Well, I know I can't go through the whole via inside, but I'm gonna try it now. We did. Oh, forgot about this part. Yeah, that explains it then. All right, cool. I can just get through this, can't I? Man, I didn't even have to work hard for that. Alright, now what am I missing here? Don't want to risk it. Was there more in there? There probably was. Alright, I'm gonna farm some honey from these guys. Whoops. I do only have honeycomb left to get, yes. Trip, are you absolutely certain you don't want to just, you know, become a temporarily feedbacker so you could talk in here too? Because I can just take it off afterwards if you want. How long have I been streaming for?
A good while.
I actually don't know how long. About 2.5 hours. Oh, that's fair.
I can't believe I really watched the bear in the shit game.
It's not a bad game though. Man, you didn't even fight me for it. Damn it.
More outdated. I think outdated this time.
It is kind of outdated though, yeah. Like, we had a long-ass discussion about that before.
But it's still seminal, right?
Still what?
Seminal, like, it invented the 3D platformer.
No, it didn't. But it definitely cemented the concept of the collectathon. Mario 64 was the one that invented the platformer. The 3D platformer.
I do not know whether the collectathon is a blessing or a curse on game.
It's both. gonna go in from the underside. Feeding on him from his left. Got it! Alright, I'm gonna try to go for there. I'm very good at spatial orientation, so I know exactly what he's talking about. And I just need to find the pipe. Let's take a look-see. Oh, never mind. Take a look-see. Which is the one that's dripping? Oh! I get it. There it is. And we can leave! Trip, are you sure you don't want to join for talking? I know you're gonna go to bed, but I mean, or at least you want to go to bed, but are you sure you don't want to stay up to talk about this? And talk about stuff. Also seems the other person that was here, Joe, what's his face, just left.
No, I think it was me leaving this room.
No, it was there was 5 watching before, so that's what may have been. Did you stop watching it?
Yeah, my laptop battery ran out, and I don't know where the charger is.
Alright. Ow. Honestly, I think I might stop for the night as well. Emphasis on might. But yeah, I think streaming this more often, including tomorrow, might be nice too. First, let's at least find the swamp. Man, the camera's janky. Never noticed it. No, it wasn't here, damn it. I think it was up above. Grunty's making fun of me again, bullying me. I don't appreciate it.
Will you permit me one more game recommending?
Sure. I never forbade it.
Have you heard of Darkwood?
I have not.
Oh, it's amazing.
What is it?
It's Stalker's contemporary. Or Stalker Metro's contemporary. It's
what?
top-down horror game.
Huh.
Survival horror too. A dying breed these days.
Interesting. Alright, wait, let's talk to this.
It was made by two graphic designers in Poland. It takes place in this mutated forest that has trapped its inhabitants inside, blocking off all roads. Now there's a plague, and there are mutants too. You're this guy trying to get out. It's really innovative, and the art is absolutely freaking amazing. And the music too. The survival horror isn't new, but it's amazingly executed.
Interesting. Might try it.
Top-down.
Oh shit, it's this lady again.
The top-down perspective is also really well executed.
I see.
They use lighting to pull it off.
They used what to pull it off?
Lighting and shadow.
Interesting. Well, that's a lot of recommendations and not enough time for me, I think. Tomorrow, I think... Yeah, you're saying?
If nothing else, play Darkwood.
Alright. I think I'm going to stop the stream now, though. Tomorrow I might stream more of this.
Definitely coming back.
And hopefully there's more people to join us next time, because that's always fun.
Yeah.
Alright then. Goodbye, everybody. I will stop the stream now. Oh, actually, before we go, let's watch the thing that happens when you save and quit. The thing I mentioned before. So let's go take a look. How do clothes shrink exactly? Alright guys, with that note, I'll see ya.